earlier this week, we had Madusa on tap. And both of you guys, Greg and Magnum, you guys have your relationship with Tully and with Madusa too. Greg, I wanted to get your little background about Madusa herself, getting introduced and starting off in the AAWA. And she was a real trailblazer for women's wrestling. Wanted your perspective on all that.
Oh, she's just a great gal. But what did you say there? I had something with Madusa.
Well, that she got introduced just into the AWA and everything.
I thought you meant something else. No,
I have no idea about it.
No, she was a fantastic lady and a hard worker. Man, I'll tell you what, we made a trip to North Dakota, and I had a Corvette at the time, and we drove up there, and we were talking on the way up, and she's only maybe wrestling for maybe a month or two, and she was wrestling a gal named Mimi, who was out of Hollywood, and she wanted to be a pro wrestler too, and it was a tough night for the two of them.
Yeah.
They got a pretty good ass chewing when it was over, and then we had to make the drive back. But I eased up on the way home, and we just talked about wrestling, and you can't let egos get in the way, and you have to go out there and make sure you have a great match and entertain the people. But both of them wanted to look good all the time, and it was quite an affair.
How about that?
But otherwise, she was a trailblazer, and she's done so much for professional wrestling and been a great representative of our sport. And I know TA was able to spend time with her too. So, TA, what did you think of Madusa?
Oh, I thought she was amazing. I mean, I didn't know of her until Jim Ross introduced me to tapes of her, working in Japan, and she was hard hitting, hardcore, very physical, and she's not a little dainty, woman. I mean, she's 5'10" and in shape and can go. So she had the package, and it's funny because she didn't really get to showcase those skills in WCW. They end up using her more in a managerial, valet-ish type capacity with Rick Rude and different things. And it was kind of unfortunate because it really, didn't give her the ability to shine like she was capable of in WCW. Then when she, went and had a run in New York and they came back to WCW the second time, she got a little bit more ring time and spotlight that, she really deserved, because she wasn't window dressing by any stretch of the imagination. She could go.
Yeah, she was a great athlete.
Right. Yeah, it's really impressive. Even as a kid, when I first tuned in, I was introduced to her. She was in Alundra Blaze, and going up against those matches with Bull Nakano and everything like that was very impressive, and kind of just was different at the time, because you did not see women's wrestling in the forefront, on the major promotions. So it was really kind of cool that she indeed was one of those two, at least for me as a kid, to see that kind of thing happen. So
she made a great impact in Japan too.
Yes.
She made a lot of trips over there. I mean, she was nice and solid in the ring, and she was an athlete, strong as heck, and a bodybuilder, and everything she did was she was spot on. And we were very fortunate to bring her into our sport and have her represent wrestling the way she did. And she's still an ambassador to our sport, and we should have her on here one day.
Absolutely, yeah.
And not to mention a world champion monster truck driver.
Yeah, how crazy is that?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and I don't know if you ever followed that, that form of entertainment, but that's no small feat to do what they do in those big, absolute monster trucks, 1,500 horsepower. And, I watched her blow into that scene and dominate. And I think she was a two-time champion.
Yeah.
Trained by Dennis Anderson, who was the best of the best. So, yeah, she's a triple threat.
Right? Yeah, and she's fearless too. And she does not take any shit either. I know that much.
No, that's for sure.
Does not
take tells it the way it is.
Right? Is not afraid to speak her mind either, and not whatsoever.
Well, one thing, she never wrestled Andre the Giant. Wasn't that our focus today?
Yeah.
Whoa, geez, here we go again.
Hey, pump the brakes, Greg. We got some time here.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know.
But no, guys,
we're putting that off till next week now.
Probably, yeah, we are.
Okay.
We'll get to Andre next week. I promise, guys. It's gonna happen. I'm waiting for that one's gonna be a doozy and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I never left the AWA, so I never had that opportunity. We went to St. Louis and Georgia for a couple of weeks. You know, they brought us down to Atlanta to go with Bob Orton Jr. and Dick Slater for the championship. And the first night we were there, we had a great match with Dr. Jerry Graham, the big one.
You were telling, yeah, you mentioned it.
I know, I've talked about that. But after that, they booked us with Bob Backlund and Jerry Briscoe every night. So you know, we're not going to have any opportunity to draw any money down there doing that.
Right. You need this.
So no, I never had that opportunity. I wish I would have. I wish I'd had an opportunity to go to the Carolinas and work, you know, with the great talent they had there.
Absolutely.
I'd love to have worked with Magnum at one point.
How about that? Well, yeah, we could fantasy book a lot. I want to see that match happen still, so I'm down for that. But okay, Dwayne Atkinson asked another. First, I ever got emotional was seeing Magnum walk out at Crockett Cup. Was that planned in advance, or did it happen last minute, Magnum?
No, I mean, I came to the event to come to the ring.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really know the impact it was going to have. It was my first public appearance, since the accident.
Yeah.
And Baltimore was just a great venue for us. I mean, it was so electric, and we were so strong there. And I'd wrestled Flair, I don't know how many times, and Tully and Nikita, the whole group there. So, yeah, that long walk from the back of that building out to it, for me, it was like I walked up on Mount Everest or something to get there. But the fans it was deafening. It was amazing reception, and something I'll never forget. So it was emotional for me. I can imagine what it was like for people that were living it live and watching all that unfold.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. Jeez, yeah, what a moment too for that. And man, yeah, even I kind of feel myself like getting that, man, like getting caught up with that. How cool that would have been. And, oh my gosh.
But that was real life.
Yeah.
And that's what was projected to the people, and that's why they got so emotionally connected to you. They do now. The WWE, watching their programs now, I see it changing quite a bit. And they're getting back to, I think, a little bit more of the great storytelling in the ring, and where people can emotionally get into you, rather than just it being. To me, it was like, here's the big show coming to town, and here's all the great personalities of bing, 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 and you had a great time. But to emotionally get that crowd into your personality, that's when it's electric, and that's when you go out there, and I can't even explain the feeling you get, the goosebumps and the adrenaline going through you.